It's a coffee talk, guys. This time I do have my coffee in front of me. Someone's like, you can't call your coffee talks without coffee in front of you. I'm like, I know. But anyways, I did post a video on Tuesday. However, here's the thing. I tried to do it off schedule just because I'm like, maybe the YouTube hater will not know I posted a video. But actually it backfired and YouTube completely hid it from everyone. A lot of people didn't get notifications. My husband didn't get notifications. And a lot of people were commenting that they had no idea had they not come to my channel. So if you missed it, I posted a video on Tuesday. You should watch it. Anyways, moving on to the coffee talk. I decided to answer 3 questions. It's a shorter, like, instead of answering 20 questions, you know, a Q&A where I gotta like quickly answer and I can't go into depth, I decided to take 3 questions that seem to be what a lot of people are asking at the moment and just answer those. Okay, so let's just jump into the questions. The very first one, this question, someone asked, it impacts a lot of people and there's a lot to cover, so hopefully I can make it clear for you guys. How do girls like to keep their legs skinny but grow the butt? So the number one thing is always gonna be genetics. If you're a slender girl with already a bubble butt, bam, you know, open up a social media account, take butt shots, and you are the girl who knows how to grow glutes. Do you really? Not really. This goes to one specific person, which you all know my feelings towards. She genetically has a butt. It runs in her family. People who knew her before her fame can attest to this. She already had a butt, so her skinny legs just came with it. So number 1 will always be genetics. Number 2 is isolating your glutes. However, if you are a girl who stores more fat in her lower body, so you're already just curvier, hourglass shape down there, having skinny legs may be a difficult thing for you. It's not going to be as easy as somebody who's slender and just targets the booty, just does booty workouts, keeps the quads completely out of it. I personally don't like this. I wanted to grow my quads because I like thick legs. Like me personally, I look down and I like to see thick legs. So for me, it was a goal to grow all over. And I've told you guys during my bulks, I wanted to make sure to grow everywhere. I hit the upper body a lot in the first couple bulks. The last bulk, I did not really touch my upper body at all because I didn't want to grow anymore there. But I did go crazy on my quads because I did want to grow them. So you can pick and choose which muscle you want to grow. Unlike fat, this is where it becomes fun because, you know, if I start getting my legs way too big compared to my butt, then I can slow down with legs and go more intense with the booty area. So yes, you can definitely work out just the glutes and keep the legs lean. I feel like it takes a little bit longer though, because most people who don't want to grow anywhere else won't eat as much. So they eat very little in comparison to somebody who's just full on bulking, doesn't care, wants to gain size all over. And then the inevitable one, a lot of butt implants are happening now, guys. To be honest, I heard it is one of the main cosmetic surgeries that is going on right now. So beware of that. I mean, even fat transfer, yeah, but the thing with that is if you burn fat, bam, you lose that very expensive fat transfer. But there's a lot of that going on. And honestly, I don't care. I'm the type of person, if it makes you happy, you have one life to live it how you wish. But it just gets me really upset when it's people who claim to know anything about fitness and claim to have gotten it because of fitness when they didn't, and they actually have zero clue as to how to grow your glutes, which really gets me. So the genetic part gets me because it's like these genetically slender girls who happen to be gifted with a butt are going around pretending they know how to grow a butt and they don't, or girls who are getting work done and pretending to know how to grow glutes and they don't.
Or using your photos before and afters.
Oh yeah, using my photos pretending like they trained me. We all know who that is. No names needed there. But anyways, so there's that. But you can, at the end of the day, you can just focus on your glutes and grow your glutes. It's body preference, really. It's do you want to do that, or do you want to build up a strong body, strong core? Like, I love my squats. I would never give them up, but squats really engage your quads and your hammies, and I like that about squats. So I keep them in my...
Thicker shows hard work.
Yeah, thicker shows hard work too. I mean, but again, it's just preference, but if you grow just your glutes, be prepared for people to say fake. It's gonna happen because it's very difficult to see big glutes on a girl with no legs. It means you literally never squat or do anything. You're just doing kickbacks. and yeah. Like, it's just, it doesn't, in my opinion, I don't really care for it, but if you are gifted, you will have that appearance. Just keep in mind, whatever you want to do with your body, it is 100% possible, but nutrition does play a huge role here, guys. And that's another thing to look at. When you go for someone's plans or you follow someone, you know they know what they're talking about when they do focus on nutrition, because you cannot outwork a bad diet. I said this millions of times. You cannot tell someone they can grow a butt and never tap into their nutrition. Never look at that. That's like, that's a plan to fail. It ain't gonna happen. And keep in mind that diet is different than nutrition. Usually when people throw the word diet at you, they put you on a like restricted, dumb diet that is 100% not necessary. There are so many diets out there that are not necessary and are just complicating things for absolutely no reason. I'm talking about knowing how much you personally need to consume in order to reach that specific goal. So moving on to our next question, which is it necessary to squat so low? Now, that's because I post my videos of me squatting really low on the Smith machine, assisted squats. It isn't. And I say this because does it mean that parallel squats are not good enough? No, absolutely not. I still do those too. It's just that when you go lower, you start to tap into different muscles. It takes more effort, more work to drive your body back up the lower you go. You'll notice you can't do it as heavy, so you got to put ego away. This is about going in as low as you can, coming up in a controlled movement, and really focusing and feeling that muscle. So if your body does not allow you to do it, doesn't mean if you don't do it, you're not gonna get progress. Absolutely not. You know, you're still gonna get progress. I just like to go that low because it hurts and it's hard to get up. And that's what I enjoy about it. I get to focus on more muscles. And I did comment in the last leg day about the difference between me turning my body on the assisted Smith machine and when I'm doing the really low movement and what it benefits. But it's really just engaging more muscles. But I wouldn't like say you doing parallel is not good enough, because some people, their mobility doesn't allow them to go lower, and I totally get that. And if that's the case for you, try the Smith machine, because a lot of times on the Smith machine you can maneuver your body in a way that will allow you to go lower by scooting forward and being able to lean back and all that stuff, whereas on free weights you cannot do that stuff. No, you will plop on your butt if you try doing it. It's not going to be good. So try jumping on that and see if it's the same thing. But at the end of the day, it's really try it. If you like it, keep doing it, because it is great and it is engaging more muscles. It is more of a challenge. But if you can't, don't feel bad and don't feel like you have to do it or else you don't get results, because squats parallel are still going to give you really good results. Moving on. This is a funny one. He's funny. How did you grow your social media? Do you guys really think I'm the right person to ask this? The shittiest way possible. And I say this because I had a struggle. Like, I didn't just wake up one day and have a bunch of followers. You know, if you've been following me for years now, like years, you've seen how slowly I've grown. And YouTube is the worst of it all. You know, you don't want to ask me how to make money on social media, because actually making money on social media, I'm poor. I make, how much did I make on YouTube?
300?
Maybe 300, borderline $300 a month. So don't ask me how to make money on social media. You know, I'm not the right person to ask. How to grow? Be fake.
If you want to do it.
If you want to grow really, if you want to grow really rapidly, you gotta be fake. You gotta do what people want. You gotta be the Kardashians. You know, you gotta do all the things that are against your morals. In other words, you gotta fake it to make it. If not, you're gonna grow as slow as me. So, good luck with that journey. It's a very long one, I tell you. But don't be discouraged, you know, because I feel like all the fakeness that's happening will blow over. Like, to be real right now, social media, I feel like it's gonna plummet. People are going to start noticing the fakes from the reals. There's a guy who contacted me on Instagram, and I think he thought he had some power because he had a shit ton of followers, but you knew they were fake followers because it's like that easy to buy followers, which are pointless because then you look at people's comments and engagement on their photos and there's nothing there, but somehow he had 500,000. He had like his 500,000 followers that made him somehow famous for not actually doing anything, and he felt like that gave him a title. Like, people think like followers and likes, like they equal to money, when it doesn't. Like, they think all of a sudden I have 500,000 followers, I have $500,000 in my bank account or something, you know, and it gives their ego a boost. And it's like, if you know anything about anything, you know that ain't the truth. But there's so many people buy followers. And I always found it really pointless because it's one of those, like, why would you want your numbers to look so messed up? 500,000 followers, but you can't even get a comment on your photo. Like, you look ridiculous. So the struggle is real, and if you're gonna do it my way, you're gonna have to stay consistent as possible, because you will literally, like, the kind of BS I see, the people you go out of your way to help are the same people who don't want to support you anymore. So like, I did this thing where I went into all my old photos. I was looking at the comments, and those comments that had like a bunch of questions, 21 questions, and I took the time to answer those. None of those people were following me. The only people that continued to follow me were people who just had something nice to say. And I found that kind of amazing. I'm like, wow, so I took the time to help these people, and yet they still abandoned me. They still didn't want to show support. People who have said, you've changed my life, and then I click on them and they're not following you, and it's one of those like, that's...
You didn't give him the sugar pill.
I didn't give them the sugar pill. I said the truth. It may have hurt them. They left. They ran away. They didn't want to hear that they need to eat, or they need to stop eating, or, you know, like, they didn't want to hear the truth. They got mad. They left. So whenever you're going to be truthful and real, as people come in, people leave. And that's how the reality is. People can only take so much realness. No, I want to go to someone who just sells me ponies and fairy tales. You know, like, I'll just buy that protein, and yes, I'll grow my butt, and I'll have wishful thinking. So I'm really not the person to ask, because I don't think I'm an expert at this. I just do my thing, and I've learned that over the years, is stop trying to please people, do your thing. And those who, you know, are loyal, and those who see the light and understand the realness will stay, and those who don't will move on, and that's fine. I mean, if you really know the best advice, it would have to be to go with your instinct. You know, if you think of something and you think it's a good idea and you think it'll benefit people or bring value to people, then just do it. Go for it. You know, or entertain people, then just do it. You're not always going to get a good response. There are things I thought were going to do really well that didn't do shit, and things that I didn't think were going to do so well that did amazing. We actually did feel it in us with our house. It was a playhouse we made for Lila. For some odd reason, we were both decided, let's make her a playhouse out of these huge cardboard boxes. And something told me this video is gonna do really well, but we just posted it. We didn't even look back at it, and out of nowhere, we're like, holy, it went viral. I don't even know how many millions it has on it now. Do you know?
7 or 8.
7 or 8 million views on it, but we kind of felt it, which is weird. Ask me to do it today, I would have never posted the video. Why? Because people change so much. Like, the mentality of people change. Things need to be quicker, faster, prettier, more glamorous now, you know? It's got to be...
Facebook picked that up.
It's like 30 seconds, say your point, make it pretty and look attractive all at the same time, or else I'm not watching. You know, it's like, you really got to keep up with things like that, and it's difficult. That's why it's one of those where it's like, forget what's going on around you, forget what product people are pushing, how they're doing it, do you, and those whose eye you attract will always be there for you, the ones who are really there to support you, because you are going to run by many shitty people, many people who you've helped who will turn their back to you,
and then come back for help.
I think I started my Instagram with like 250 to 300 mutual followers, and out of it 5 have stayed. Before my Instagram even like grew, but as it was growing, people didn't like it and they left, and I think I have 5 from back in the day that actually stayed. Everyone else left. So you're gonna notice a lot of that, and you're gonna have to push through, and that's the only way you're gonna get through. It's hard on social media. Honestly, if my business had nothing to do with social media, I would delete myself from the internet. I tell him this often because I hate the bullshit you see. I just see through people's like bullshit, and I'm like, everyone's falling for this? Are you kidding me? So yeah, I wouldn't have a social media if it wasn't part of my business. But lately it's been a little easier because it's like, you know, you're helping people, and that's huge. You know, when you know you're not just selling supplements to someone, but you're actually helping them along their journey or giving them hope, it gives you hope. It gives you like a sense of satisfaction, like, hey, I helped someone. Too. And yeah, I mean, the comments have helped. I told you guys a couple videos ago, and yeah, you guys have been killing it. So I'm very grateful for that. And it's not like you guys just did it for one video or two videos or as a trend. You continued, and that's so huge to me because it tells me you listened, you cared, and you took action. And that's a lot to ask from people, because I feel like people's followers are not genuine to them anymore, and they'll turn on you. They're waiting for you to make a mistake, to look silly, to, I don't know, say something that you didn't mean, but turn your words. That's how social media is too. So beware, if you try to get on social media, it can make you or break you. There was someone who literally threw hate at me, and I wrote her back nicely, and she stayed, and she's still here. And I'm like, this is the type of person that is waiting for me to goof up. And that is what you need to understand, is there are people there just waiting for you to mess up. And the minute you do, the parade. And you see it on a lot of people. As soon as somebody points out the negative of something, all the haters come out and they attack and they attack and they attack. And it's like, how did all her followers turn on her? Because they weren't her followers. They were her haters waiting for her to mess up. And then they turned on her. Things I've seen to drive people into drugs and drive them to suicide, all because of social media. So you need to have thick skin, not give a fuck, go with a good intention. I mean, yeah, some people do really stupid things that are like, why? You asked for it. You know? But like other people where you're like, you guys are nitpicking at something so dumb, you know? So it's one of those things like, if you don't have to have social media, don't have it. Like as part of your business. I mean, have it, like you can use it as a way to be inspired, but I'm saying if you don't need to grow it and expose yourself and be out there, then I wouldn't do it. My business, this is part of it. It comes part of it. It's always been that way in the beauty industry too. Makeup, I had to expose myself, expose my work. So it calls for it, but I've been in it for long enough to see all the craziness. So
and sexuality has to be in it. If not,
sexuality does have to be in it. There has to be a sex appeal, like even for girls, girl to girl. And I say it because I'm intrigued when I see a beautiful woman posing in a beautiful way or looking beautiful. I am intrigued, and I'm like, I like how you look. I like your face, and I want to do that too.
When you're fully clothed,
no one cares. No, but here's another thing, because I do get that. People are like, oh well, how is he okay with you posting these photos? And it's like, because it's a business, and we're both like, we both know that. It's like, just because I pose this photo does not mean, I mean, I don't know what people think, you know? It's just a photo of your physique, and my husband took the photo as part of the business, but it's not, but you know, that's just really hard to explain. So I'll save it for a podcast, and you can get his opinion of what he thinks about it, so that I don't sound like a crazy person or like I'm trying to defend myself, or, you know, just get his opinion. You know, you can ask him personally, what do you think about this? We are, however, already writing topics down, but feel free to give us a topic below. It could be anything, guys, anything at all. Since it's not going to be on the fitness channel, all goes. You know, we have some crazy topics already coming up. So comment below, let us know. That way we can move forward with the podcast faster. And once we have it, we have a rhythm going. Anyways, we're going to end it here. If you guys did find this video helpful, as always, hashtag love it, comment, anything else too, like it, subscribe if you're not already. Be sure to hit the little bell by the subscribe button so you're notified. Oh, are you okay? She just hit herself so hard. You okay? She's like shaking. Anyways, where was I? Just before my bye. Bye, guys.